Right, part two of this nonsense. The driver didn't have much of a run-up, so he couldn't have done too much damage to the soldiers, is it?
The layout of the street had prevented the person behind the wheel from injuring more people. The arrangement of the square meant that the attacker did not have enough of a run-up to cause more damage, said Mr. Weiss. He said the men were standing next to a temporary barracks set up by the Council for Soldiers taking part in Operation Sentinel.
So they were standing by a temporary barracks. Okay, all six of them, and the vehicle comes down. Nobody notices that there is a vehicle coming towards them. They don't hear the sound as well. So they're all facing the wrong way, or opposite way rather. They've all are deaf, and the vehicle manages to get two out of a clump of 6 persons. 6 persons gathered around that temporary barracks, and because of the layout of the street, of the square, as the man says, he couldn't have done much more damage. Well, how the come on, you've got 6 persons standing around, huddling toward, to one another, just coming out the barracks. What's the street got to do with it? You've got 6 plain targets. You've got 2 of them. Why didn't you get the other 4? And none of them has said, even this fella hasn't said, why it is that the police did not open fire. The 4 soldiers, I'm reading this here, 4 soldiers didn't open fire and spray the vehicle. It had taken out the picking tyres, it had taken out the back window, the front window, probably blew it up, gone into the frigging petrol tank and blew the bugging thing up. It wouldn't have left that square. Nobody is a witness to that, because they can't be, you see. The storyline must include witnesses, right? So they write up witnesses. In some cases they produce people pretending to be witnesses. But you can't have the vehicle being shot at, sprayed with bullets, hundreds of pigging bullets going into it, in order to be prevented from going any further, because they want to pile on the story. They want to really make it exciting, so it's on the chase, and the police are looking for it. It's war, watch out, members of the public, they could be running you down. Ooh. And then finally and eventually they capture it. Dun, dun, dun. And what do? Do they wave it down? Do they run after it? No, they spray it with bullets. Oh, well, let's carry on, see what else. Police. Oh dear. Oh well.
It gives them a place to change, eat and rest, he said. The municipal building is less than a mile from the anti-terrorist headquarters. A security perimeter has now been set up around the area, with shops and homes evacuated, and a local park shut. The weekly Council of Ministers was taking place at the Elysian Palace as the first reports emerged. Operation Sentinel is an anti-terrorism force made up of 10,000 soldiers and 4,700 police and gendarmes, deployed following the 2015 terrorist attacks in Paris. In January 2015, 2 brothers who had vowed allegiance to Al-Qaeda gunned down 12 people at satirical weekly Charlie Hebdo in Paris.
Here we go, you see the promotion of other fake events. Charlie Hebdo, that was a laugh, wasn't it? Hey, wasn't that a tickler, that was? I mean, the guy gets out of the car, goes across and shoots this so-called policeman. There's no blood on the pigging pavement. I mean, immediately, as he shot him in the pigging head, the pooling of blood would be out. There's no ricocheting of any bullets, there's nothing. And then there's people on the pigging roof ready to film this, and they are filming it. How the hell did they get onto the frigging roof to know how that this guy is going to get out of a pigging car? Eh? And they've got their own recording equipment to take up to the roof just in time, just at the right position to take the footage of this bloodless scene. Okay, and then you get one guy and he goes off and he starts shooting in the pigging police car. A police car that's backing up and they can't pigging hit it. They can't suddenly hit a police car that is gradually, not speeding away, but gradually reversing up this pigging road, and this guy there going bang, 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 and he's not even touching it. It's a single pigging vehicle going up a sodding road. Oh, it's a cracker, isn't it?
In November that year, some 130 people were killed in a wave of shootings and bombings in Paris, the carnage claimed by the Islamic State group.
Oh, that's Bataclan they're promoting. Okay, the one where the fella goes underneath the table and comes out as a woman. In that cafe, which that cafe actually turned out to be two cafes. Two cafes that they used to stage the hoax. And of course the police outside that supermarket, the bomb explodes in their hands. You can see the flash going off in their hands, and they're still standing there alive. And then the other officers to the left of them are shooting at the officers that have just exploded the bomb in their hands. It's a cracker. It's a cracker, really is. Eh? Absolute cracker. And that young girl from Australia, Parker, Emma Parker, who said she got shot up the arse, and then she said she got shot in the hip, and then she said, oh, it was I got shot in the main arena, and then she said, oh, I got shot in the foyer. She couldn't make up a big mind. And the guy in the toilet who said he saw everything from the toilet that was going on in the foyer. And the two bombers, we love the two bombers, don't we? Eh? Standing outside the stadium, thinking to themselves, better not go in and explode these because it's going to hurt people. So they stand outside the stadium and they set themselves off, and then they get the footage of players on the pitch and the sound added to it of a bomb exploding, and nobody takes any notice because the sound has been added to the footage. It's crap. That was absolute crap staging.
Has been under a state of emergency since November 2015 and has seen a string of attacks on Operation Sentinel forces who have been regularly targeted, particularly those guarding key tourist sites. On Saturday, an 18-year-old with a history of psychological problems was arrested at the Eiffel Tower after brandishing a knife and shouting, Allahu Akbar, God is greatest. He later told investigators he wanted to kill a soldier. In February, a man armed with a machete attacked 4 soldiers on patrol at Paris's Louvre Museum.
Oh yeah, that was a con, wasn't it? Another con. 2 different pigging places, pretending to be the Louvre Museum. The fellow who went, oh my goodness. He either attacked him in the mall, was one story, he attacked him in the mall, shopping mall. Then he attacked them in the Louvre. Then he attacked him in a passageway. It just went balmy. Absolutely pigging balmy. They couldn't make up their mind where the soldiers were attacked.
While in April, another extremist shot and killed a policeman on the Champs-Élysées. In June, a 40-year-old Algerian doctorate student who had pledged allegiance to IS attacked a policeman with a hammer outside Notre Dame Cathedral. France is part of the US-led international coalition fighting IS and has carried out airstrikes against the extremist group in Syria.
IS doesn't exist. You see how they fanciful names they come up with. One moment they begin with ISIS. Then that's not good enough. They want something slightly more, I would say, exciting. ISIS begins to give way to IS, Islamic State. So you've got an Islamic State, not a group of people in a hut or in a cave. In its state, and we must bomb that state, even though it doesn't exist. Unless we dare to say that ISIS is taking claim for fake events. Well, why should it take claim for fake events? For if it is a terrorist organisation, it would be doing real events. So where's the real events? Where is it? Where are they? See, the government is putting all these fake events together. The media are portraying it. So why isn't ISIS involved in real events if it is a real organisation? You see, it is very clear and evident that the government, having put together all these fake events, is trying to give substance to the imaginary terrorist group called ISIS, to give it substance, to show that it exists, that it's just not rhetoric, it's not spiel on their part, that this does exist. These are the acts that it's taking place by this group. The sad thing is, it's the picking taxpayers that are paying for all these frigging hoaxes in times of austerity. Or they can find the picking money, even though there's austerity that they bring about to keep the people down. Oh yes, they can do that. That's the wickedness of the system, because they want the people to flee like Operation Gladio without the murder to their present governments. Well, we shall leave it at that, and thank you, Molly, for your channel, which sadly may yet be taken down by YouTube. The false allegations from YouTube yet again, but we'll carry on. We'll carry on. We won't be perturbed. We'll put up another site, won't we, dear? Thank you. Gonna get me a cup of tea, love? Okay. Bye-bye. You gonna say bye-bye to your channel? You're always smiling, aren't you? Hey, Aki Thump. Go on then.